Yo, what is good? My anniversary. What is good? Yo. So, with this Demon King, we're learning quite a bit about everything in the background that kind of involves him in some shape or form. And knowing that certain people are always probably going to try to get in his way, and certain people are always going to try and push forward and change certain narratives of our main demon story. Wow, Kimito, you really just handled that by yourself. um it's crazy to think that we haven't really seen the leader, or the quote-unquote tyrant, that is responsible for not only taking over and pretty much becoming the demon lord, or the demon king, but he also has changed some relatively strong, powerful people that shouldn't have been able to be, caught off guard, I guess you should say, if they're as high pristine levels as they are. Of, they supposedly have a lot of respect, they're supposed to have a lot of um, they're supposed to know just how to showcase every ounce of, you know, abilities that they showcase to our demon lord. They're supposed to be able to take him out, right? Like, they should be able to actually beat him. But at the end of the day, this man is about to straight up stunt on everybody, and uh, I don't get why they are trying to push forward that this new the new swordsman is more dangerous than anybody, right? It feels like he's the most threatening just with his skills alone, and if he actually polishes skills, it would be a problem. Not just for the simple reason that he is fast, he is strong, and all this stuff, but he is really new. He's a transfer student, and he's already being held at such a high regard compared to our Misfit, who has time and time again showcased that he is that guy. He is the strong person they want on their team. He is the strong person that is capable of doing things that most people aren't capable of. But yet, because he's a misfit, because of the mind manipulation throughout the whole entire academy, I feel like he's looked at as if his uh, things he does isn't even worthy of talking about, right? Like, supposedly the scepter that he found, somehow he's still not getting credit for that, right? Like, somehow we're still in a position where they just are like, well, gosh, you sure did find that scepter, but do we care? Nah, we don't really care about all that. We only care is if you bring us the scepter, give it to us, and then we make something out of it, and then once you find out what we make out of it, if it's any good for us, maybe we'll care, but we still won't give you credit, So it's very, very ominous to see how these teachers are going about, living their lives here in this academy, and how the students have to live and just kind of look up to them like they'll never be as good or something like that. So it's weird, but at the same time, I'm really interested in seeing where all this is going to go, because unlike in a lot of episodes, this one actually had like no action, which is fine by me, as long as um if there's no action, as long as there's like some type of actual, understanding for the audience that certain stuffs are coming and content is coming, um, and that we just get a good understanding of what the future can hold, because as of right now, man, it honestly feels, I can't use that guy with the katana I was just using. Nope. It honestly feels like there's a lot of different things missing at this point, but because they're missing, hopefully they get filled in. The gaps gets filled in sooner or later. But if not, we'll just have to continuously watch this show, maybe for another season. Whatever. Uh, but to see his father and his mother going out of their way to absolutely defend and want their son to do the best that he can, they somehow, the mom barely keeps her mouth shut about what the father is up to. I don't know how she thought the son wouldn't catch on with how intelligent he is, right? He's like, well, it's the reason why dad's been gone is because he's getting me a magical sword. She's like, no, no, no. But of course, like it's kind of obvious, mama. So we'll see what type of magic sword the father is capable of achieving and getting at the end of the day. Because, like I've been saying, the show is interesting in a lot of regards, but at the end of the day, there's some things that are kind of lackluster. Like, for instance, this episode would be pretty lackluster for people that have watched the first episode and then you watch this one, right? Like, it's a very, very large difference in the show, and a large difference of how they're going about handling these characters. So if you were guessing that the show was going to be action after action after action after this guy taking people's lives and beating people up, it actually didn't stay that way, right? Like, it actually went a different route that kind of surprised me, kind of shocked me, with them just full blown trying to understand their position in all of this. And I don't think I could go this way, unfortunately. But yeah, I want to see more of what goes on in this world, what's going to go on in this world, because I don't really see uh, I don't really see a good ending for anybody going against the Demon King at this point, right? Like, if you have any intelligence at all, you would stop messing with this guy, and you would probably start to understand how quickly he can change your life, especially after how much he's already done. It feels kind of dumb that they're not taking him more as like a threat, or at least like understand that anything he puts forward from here on out could actually take out some of the bigger people that are in the school, seeing how he's already done it to one of them. I mean, I'm not sure how much information people got about that fight that he did with that teacher. So I guess that's another saving grace of like a blessing of ignorance for the people who aren't the audience, to be like, oh well, they don't know anything about what he's capable of because they weren't there. Well, okay, but he has done things in front of them that they should understand shouldn't be possible, but yet they still treat him like he's just some random misfit that can be tamed or something along those lines. So we'll see how they continue to handle this. I hope y'all are having a good day, night, evening. Sorry, this, just like this week's episode, wasn't that much action in this video. I was trying to get to a big story boss and see how that played out, but that's not happening. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking about this show. At the end of the day, I do think it has, dang girl, you just walking my running speed, I see you. It has some potential, but at the same time, it's also one of these moments where you're just kind of like, is this show gonna continuously be like good in the regard of showing us these awesome battles and the story actually be able to keep up with it and be dope, or is it just going to rely heavily on the battle and giving us some awesome looking stuff instead of actually making the story just as awesome and fun to watch. So I don't know. I am down to see what happens from here on out, and I will definitely talk to y'all in the next one. Sword art was pretty ridiculous as well, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys aren't watching it, or if you guys are just supporting your boy, thank you so much. I will be dropping as much as I possibly can to y'all as soon as possible, so do not forget me. I will talk to you guys later. Have an awesome one, and peace. What? Why can't I emote like I did last time?